What's up, guys? My name is Jose Shorty Torres, and you're watching another episode of Inside Team Shorty, where I give the reality, the truth, and everything behind the scenes of the sport of MMA. And today I got special guest Greg Hardy here, where we're going to talk about second chances. So we're talking about off air the stats of making it to the NFL. It's literally slim to none. What did you do as a child? Did you always play football? Was that mainly the sport you played, or did you kind of transfer to different things, basketball, baseball, stuff like that?
When I was a child, I played a lot of sports. You know, and as I grew up, I kind of grouped it down to three: track, basketball, and football.
Okay. And so you had track, basketball, football. I'm assuming football was your go-to sport, or was just I like all the sports, I'm gonna keep on doing it, or was football like you're always the all-star, the main guy of the team?
All sports are pretty much like that. You know, I went to state at each sport. Had great teams.
Yeah.
Played basketball in college, football in college.
So when you got to college, you know, you're playing Division I, you're playing the high leagues. How do you feel in that drafting process? Because I'm assuming that has to be a nail biter of am I getting drafted? What team am I getting drafted for? And was there any? What was your mindset going into that?
That was my first grueling process, in the system. It's a crazy feeling, man. It's just because like you said, it's your 1%. You got to be 1% to get there. It's 1% of the whole entire world. These people could be from Africa, down the street from you, Oklahoma, and it's this is 1% of the 1% that came from college and of the 1% that came from high school.
Yeah.
So in your mind, you're just running through all these things, dude, and then they pump out these crazy, I don't know, not stereotypes, but just images for you, in commercials and this, that, and the other about the draft. Oh, you're about to get all this money, you're about to do this, that, and the other. And if you're not first round, you're not getting any money, your career's over. And dude, is a 19-year-old, 20-year-old kid, bro, that blows your mind up. Dude. Yeah. It's super scary.
It's a mental struggle. So you're talking about the 1%. For example, at least back then, what happened, or in your mind, if you didn't get drafted, what would you have done?
Attacked from a different angle, man. You know, and my story is unique enough. I've been just every level, every start to something has always been people telling me that I can't do it or trying to bring me down. And my story was I was supposed to leave my junior year, first round projected, big time candidate, All-American, Playboy All-American kind of player, and ended up hurting my foot coming back. They benched me, for my senior year. Still ended up getting crazy numbers, but they told everybody in the draft class or the combine that I was bipolar. Snuck out that I was bipolar, that I was lazy, and I dropped from first round pick projection to the 6th round. So I got drafted in the 6th round instead of the first round. And it was just what do you do from here, man? And I went in with the attitude, that we talk about off camera, man. Just go in, get it done. I gotta take spots. What do I need to do to get to where I need to get to?
And so, basically, no matter if you, in a sense, didn't get drafted the time you wanted, you were gonna find a different angle to get that done. So no matter what, you were still gonna push through. You were still gonna try to get hey, this is my goal. And you got drafted at what age?
I think it was 20 years old. 21.
Yeah, so you were still young. You're this is what I want. Hell, if I don't get it at 20, maybe 21. If I don't get it then, I'm gonna just keep on doing different things. I know I went to Division II school. Usually Division II guys, they don't really get picked up, so they have to do the practice teams and try to make it through that and try to move up. So I knew guys who just, no matter what, this is my goal. Honestly, most of them didn't make it, but the journey of them actually trying, and honestly the bravery of trying, again, knowing that the stats are slim to none, but you're I'm gonna put all my chips in the pot and say, screw it. Let's see if it works. If it works, obviously the best thing possible. If it doesn't, at least I can say I tried and say, instead of saying woulda, shoulda, coulda, maybe I could have done this, maybe I could have done that. I'm assuming a bunch of people from high school who were talented, but never did anything. It was I could have done that, I could have done this. Well, why didn't you do it?
The cool thing about that is, man, once you make it past high school, it's a feat, dude. If you played in college, that's a crazy thing. If you were good in college, you're still 1% of America.
Yeah.
And then if you make it past anywhere there, even you could be the kicker, you could be 0-10 in your record in MMA, bro. But you literally have outdone 99% of your peers and older people, younger people across the country, everybody.
Yeah.
So it's a crazy thing, man. The people, I think it gets like smushed down and compressed, but it's a big feat, dude. It's great, like you're saying, it's crazy, dude. And the fact that like you can be part of that 1% is it's a game changer. Like, you know, because as soon as I think even as a young man, I put it down. I'm like, oh, I'm only getting paid $200,000 versus $20 million.
Yeah.
But it's just like I met kickers in the league, dude, that had that same mentality. I had like, listen, I just need a foot in the door. I'll do whatever I need to do. You know, they long snap, they play special teams, and they took their 100,000 and turned that into a business.
Yeah.
Turned that, and keep killing it like you do. Like you turned it into a show. You turned it into a freaking multi-champion. You know what I mean?
Whatever you can do, yeah.
And you turned it, bro. And it's the opportunity that like changes the game for me. Like I think that's what I see different than everybody else.
So you got drafted in the 6th round. Then you ended up inevitably being a Pro Bowler.
Yes, sir.
How was the feeling of getting, being able to be put into that game, being put into that section of being a Pro Bowler?
It was amazing. It was 100% a dream come true.
It's, again, like you're talking about the percentages, not just being in the sport, but being good at it. And honestly, great if you're an all-star, a Pro Bowler, so it's something different. But today we're talking about second chances. Things happen, whatever the case may be, and now you got released from the NFL. What was your mindset when that happened? Because like we're talking about the draft, what if you didn't get drafted? Oh, well, I'm still going to chase after, but now that's it. NFL's done. So what was your mindset after?
It was a moment of crush, man.
Yeah.
And I would imagine that everybody has that moment of crush, and then it's just that brief moment after being crushed and your dreams just shattering, of where you could actually, like, you're in shape, your mind's sharp enough, you just left what you were doing to either like tap out or readjust. And after I felt crushed for I think it was like a couple weeks, I was just like, I'm not gonna stop working out, I'm not gonna stop doing what I'm supposed to be doing. What is the way? Like, what's the way to get my foot in the door? How do I create opportunity? And that was just the bottom line.
So what made you, in a sense, pick MMA compared to every other sport? Because like football is a team sport.
Yeah.
Sometimes you need to go to high school, you need to go to college, you need to do different things. But MMA is an individual sport. Honestly, look at Deontay Wilder. Yeah. He had his daughter. She had like some type of like spinal disease, and he needed money. He was 19 years old. He didn't start boxing until 19 or something like that. And Joe Rogan said that it took him like a year and a half to make the Olympic team. Like that's just the commitment going into it compared to some of the guys who are in the Olympics. Been doing this since they were little kids. Lomachenko's doing like 4 or 5, stuff like that. So, what made you go, I want to do MMA?
Man, I broke it down because I played in college for my basketball team for a little while, and I was like, let's go down this path a little bit. Let's go down each path just a little bit to see what doors open up. Because like I said, the bottom line was, dude, I'm not gonna be pathetic. I'm not gonna look for people's sympathy. I'm not gonna try to blame anybody else but myself. Let's look for the open door, the opportunity, or a position to create opportunity. So I tried basketball teams. I got a couple of tryouts. I tried, found somebody that believed that I could throw a punch, which I could.
You just hit really hard.
Yeah, and talk them into giving me some time at their gym and finding me an agent, and just piece by piece, literally, bro. Like I would wake up every single day, sleeping on the couch, bro. Like not even in the bed, like on the couch, like up, figuring step by step out, man. And I got to the end of it. It was like I had 2 tryouts, basketballs overseas. I was working my way into Canada, maybe playing some football over there, maybe in Europe, just because I love the game, try to get back, and I had MMA. And after I assessed the dude, it was just like my problem with the NFL was the big game politics and the way it affected individual people. Because I'm an outspoken person when the work's not getting done. When my stuff's on the line, like you were saying, like this is 1% of 1%. I worked so hard to get there. And that's the next phase of it, by the way. Like once you get there, you gotta stay there. Yeah. It's harder than ever. And that's what I was on, and I saw an opportunity to be an individual, like to show the world what I can do. And actually, showcase my work, because I put in the same work to be a Pro Bowler. I'm there for everybody else as much as I can be. I work harder. I put the time in like a champ is supposed to, and I was steps ahead. Yeah. And at the end of the day, dude, this was just the best place to compete for one. You know, after watching this greats like Anderson Silva and St. Pierre when I was little,
Yeah.
understanding that competition now as a grown man, it was just like, dude, this is the ultimate competitor sport, and it showcases me. Like, I'm responsible for it. And that was my favorite thing.
And I think that's the best thing about MMA, and I find it easier compared to like team sports. I played football, basketball, baseball, but if you don't fit in that niche, if you don't fit in that group or the team or whatever the case may be, there's always somebody to replace you, there's always somebody to work for less, there's always somebody there, and you're just like, compared to MMA or boxing or whatever individual sport, it's you, individually you. If they like you, they like you for you, what you do. If they don't, then they don't. Given there's politics, which you already know about, I know about, sadly, that's just part of the sport, you know, but how long did it take you from when you started MMA to get into the UFC? Because you, again,
2 years.
you played your whole life football from what I know, and then were successful at it. And then you go, I'm going to do MMA, I'm going to try something different. And then you said 2 years.
2 years.
You literally made it to the pinnacle of the sport in 2 years. One, that shows how talented you are, which is awesome.
Thank you.
But it's the fact of you were so motivated to just get what you need to done, to push forward and go, I don't care what's holding me down, I don't care what's pushing me down, I don't care what life is throwing at me, because it sucks, life isn't fair. I've worked hard to get to this point, cool, it didn't work, but I'm going to work hard to get to that point now. And still be in a sense successful, the overall majority point, you're doing it. So, we're talking off air, it's like, dude, somehow we're talking about like, life was still being unfair, you're a talented MMA fighter, but people were like, UFC was still denying you. And you literally, in a sense, forced your way in. Like, what was that mindset of like, I'm knocking people out, what else do I gotta do?
And the cool thing about me coming into MMA and choosing MMA was I was a blank slate, man. And I get a bad rep a lot of times for the NFL side for being like a loose cannon, a wild guy. And people, they tie that a lot of times with a person that doesn't listen, a person that's uncoachable.
Yeah.
And me and you both know you can't beat the best. You can't go to the Pro Bowl. You can't do these kind of things if you're not coachable, if you're not listening.
You can't do it by yourself.
You can't. So, and those were my skills, man. And I moved it over to this side. And yeah, how I say it. I actually forgot the question.
No worries, me too. So you pushed through to get into MMA. The UFC told you no.
Oh yeah, there we go.
But you were still pushing through, and that's the hardest part. Like, you and I literally faced the same thing where my I guess discrimination or however you want to say it was, I was a flyweight.
Yeah.
UFC didn't want flyweights at the time, but I was one of the better flyweights, or number one ranked flyweight outside of UFC, literally knocking people out almost every single fight. It's like, hey man, what do I gotta do? And honestly, it broke me down, even though I was still knocking out people, even though I had 7 title fights. No, I had 5 title fights as a pro. 3 of them went to a finish, you know? So I'm like, dude, I'm putting out shows, I'm doing work here, but what else do I gotta do? I've defended the belt, 3 times. I have 2 belts. I did what Conor McGregor did at 14-2. I did it at 5-0. So I did 3 times as fast and defended a belt. Like, what else do I gotta do? But it was because I was small, I had an unfair share of the short end of the stick type of thing. No pun intended, yeah. But it's the fact of, no matter what, I still push through. But here's the difference. For me, it honestly mentally broke me down. Exactly. Like, it really, excuse my language, it fucked me up. Like, last year was a bad year for me. So when I finally made the UFC, I wasn't 100% there. And you know, from playing extreme games or even being in the UFC cage, if you're not mentally there, I don't care how good you are physically, I don't care how talented you are, if this isn't there, the machine doesn't work. If the operator isn't there, then in a sense you ain't shit.
That's what I was about to say. I got my point. I was a blank slate when I came in. Like coming from football to be the best, you had to be that blank slate. You had to be that coachable guy. So coming over here, transition, I had that blank slate, man, and I met all the negativity with a different attitude, man. I got to be martial artists. I wasn't just fighting. Like, I wasn't a boxer that wanted to box and fight MMA. I wasn't a jiu-jitsu guy that comes in like I was just a guy that needed help. Not even spiritually, mentally, physically. I just needed help like every individual man or woman does on this earth. And I found my peace in martial arts, dude. And when I started meeting that aggression that I was getting, that negativity, like, no, you can't be here. Like, you shouldn't even be in this sport. You suck. Why are people giving you an opportunity? With positivity, dude, it allowed me to be in a place where I can operate at the highest level, where I can be my highest athlete, and a lot of times I find that my problems were me, man. Like we are our own problem. Like I had to go to that same place that you went through when I came out. It was just like I was keeping me there. They weren't keeping me there. Our interaction was over with. The interaction, the things that they said, it's over with. And like now, if I'm not punishing me, I could be getting better. And I used all of that time. Like those 2 years, I used every second of that time to get better. You know, to leaps and bounds, because they gotta sleep, they gotta eat, they gotta recover, they gotta take a vacation, they gotta rationalize why they're the best and why they need a break and this and that. And I don't, you know, not even like a chip on my shoulder, but just like I'm gonna show you and I'm gonna prove it from a good place. No revenge, no. I want you to do good, I want me to do good, and I'm gonna meet you there at the belt and I'm gonna show you. And I think that's what that's something that the world needs in every aspect of the world.
And you're catching up, which is crazy because again, it took you 2 years to get to the UFC. You're how many fights in so far?
3.
3 fights in. You have another one coming up.
Yes,
so
sir.
it's 4 fights.
October 26th.
There you go. 4 fights in.
Oh no!
how
Oh
long?
wait, October 16th.
We moved it.
Yeah.
Anyway, 4 fights in how long?
This year. I've
Yeah,
been in the UFC 1 year.
Which I was
Not
about
even a
to
full
say,
year
I
yet.
hate you heavyweights because you don't have to cut weight. I do. It sucks. I don't like it. Anyways,
I cut 20 pounds. I'm a
technically-
cutter. I'm a super heavyweight. I'm like 290.
That's like going to the bathroom once for him, and that's it. I cut 25 right now for my fight coming up, and I cut more already leading up, and I still have 25 more. Like, I'm just thick, but I'm small. But I'm also very, very thick. Anyways, I'm fat. This is what I'm trying to say. So, this video is called Second Chances. So, like, no matter what you push through, you had your unfair share of circumstances in life, and so many different things, whether it was in high school, college, leading up, your upbringing, getting released, making it to the top, getting released, and now, in a sense, doing really well in MMA, and it's still kind of getting that push of like, nah, you can't do it. Now, or you're like, I don't care what you say, I'm still pushing through. I believe in myself, no matter what's happening. I put my mind and focus. I'm putting 100% in this pot. I'm doing it, and you're in the UFC so far. You technically had one mishap in this one, which was the little disqualification, like the guy, which is, and DC pointed out really well. It's the inexperience. Like that's how fast you moved up to where it's like you never got to experience the mishap in the sport. Like I've hit somebody when they're on their knees. I've groin shot at somebody by accident. I've done, dude. My first time at Worlds, I was so nervous. My first strike was a groin shot.
That's wild.
And I'm just like, I'm so sorry. I'm not even lying to you. I'm just really, really nervous. And that's just, I went to go for an inside leg kick. It was technically his fault, but I threw it. But at Worlds, the second one, that's it. They cut you lose. There's no like, hey, another warning. It's like you get one groin shot, and then that's it.
Anything else,
there's
you're
nothing else, you're out. Like, I poke anything, you're out. So it's just like, all right, no more leg kicks. Like I'm not gonna mess with that. But it's crazy. So you had the mishap, but you still push through.
Yeah.
You're still doing your thing. You have your fight coming up. Is it Boston now?
Yeah, we're Boston.
Which is dope. And the thing I want to just really point out, and it's more of a praise really, is that throughout all the stuff happening, through all the negativity, which we're relating right now when it comes to UFC, for me at least, dude, it sucks. It can break people down, and I'm pretty sure people from the NFL, people in the UFC, people here that have been mentally broken down because of something they've chased so hard, and somehow, no matter how well they do, no matter what the accolades are, politics somehow come into play, or this happens, that happens, and then they get shot down and they give up because they feel like they have no other choice.
It's everything you work for.
Yeah, and at
the end of the day, man, it's like a regular person, 9 to 5er getting laid off. It's like this is your job. You got benefits. You got.
What's that Jim Carrey thing where he's like, yeah, my father worked for years, a safe job, and he got let go from that safe job. We're homeless, and it's like, he worked that safe job because he didn't want to try to pursue his goals as a comedian, and that safe job let him go.
And it's all fickle, man. At the end of the day, dude, like, and I think like it was like my first Contender Series win. That was one of the questions they asked me about, like how I feel, and I was completely honest because at the end of the day, like it was a positive forward movement. Like I was broken. I was a broken person. Like y'all broke me. Like I felt like I was complete. I was whole. I was at the pinnacle of my career. I was young and dumb, but I was broken when you did win. Like I worked 24 years every day.
Yeah.
I've given up so much, and you understand how much to get to where you are, bro. How much you have to give up, and then it's just
gone.
It breaks you, dude. And then the killer is the way you approach the next thing is going to be based off of that. It's like an ex-girlfriend. The way you approach the next girl is going to be based off the last girl. And I think that's what kills dreams, man. It's terrible. It's a condition. It's just like diabetes, dude.
And with some people, they don't want to date anymore because of that stuff, or they
So
can't trust anybody, or this or that.
So you don't go after the dream. You're not willing to listen to the coach anymore. Now it goes from situations and stipulations on life to now it's just you. Like I said, like you're putting yourself there.
Yeah. My mindset on it, and again, I'm assuming you might have something different. But when I had all this stuff going to the UFC, like it brought me extremely down. I lost my fight because I wasn't mentally there. He probably could have beat me if I was there, but it's still the fact of that part is always gonna be in my mind, I don't care if I win 100 fights by knockout. That fight will always be in my fight when I lost Alex Perez because I didn't lose trying. If I lost trying, hey man, you're the better man that day, like stuff happens. But I lost going in there just going, whatever, I don't care. And I lost at my worst without putting any effort in, and I got demolished. That stuff happens. That will always be in my mind. One, trolls out there are vicious because you guys just, we put our lives on the line out there, whether it's football, in the octagon, whatever the case may be. We put our lives on the line, and it sucks to get a lot of hate from you guys, but come on, please love us. But it's the fact of my mentality for my last fight was, you know what? I don't care what's happening because a lot of bad things happen in the fight still. It was more of, fuck it. Like, I'm literally just going to go in there and be like, fuck it, let me go all out. I don't care what's happening, let me try, because at least this time, if I fail, I can say I tried.
Exactly.
I don't care what happens in life, I don't care what's thrown in front of me, I'm going to jump through, I'm going to go under, I'm going to just try to push through no matter what. And if it doesn't work, at least this time I can say I tried. What's something that you want to say to like people who are struggling through a lot of negativity in their life? Oh, you can't do this, I don't believe you can do that, or hell, their family, and I'm pretty sure people are like, oh, their family's trying to be real with them and go, oh, we don't believe in you, or this and that. So you hear some
story,
you hear some messed up stuff. So you experience some messed up stuff. I'm happy to say that I'm able to somewhat inspire some people in my neighborhood, because I like to say I'm the shorty doing it, so why can't you? So like, if this shorty can do it, why can't you? I'm assuming you're the same thing. Now, what's your mentality? What's something that you would like to say to whether it's an amateur athlete, a pro athlete going through some struggle, somebody that, whatever the case may be, is facing some type of negativity, whether it's small or big, to somehow push through it?
Man, it's gonna be more than a couple of words, but I'm gonna sum it up for sure, man. It's all about how you approach it. If you think about this simply, it's your shot. And like, even if you're gonna go through something, if you're going good, bad, hot, cold, this is your shot. You're dedicating time, effort, and mana, energy into this, dude, and you don't get any of those things back. So it's precious. And if you thought about it like that, from that perspective, would you go after something, not listening every single time, like you're saying, not doing every single thing? You wouldn't. So I would just urge every fighter, bro, to think about this opportunity that you're taking like that. Everything's important. Like, why not? Like, I mean, not why not? Why?
Yeah.
Like, why am I doing this? Like, and listen to every coach. Like, don't let the negativity cloud your mind and your heart so much so that it clouds your path. Because like, you could be. This is the #1 gym in the world, man. The answer's in here. Like, the logical situation instead of this equation athletically is there an answer? Yeah, it's the #1 gym in the world with all the champs. What's not getting me there? What's missing? Where's X? You know what I mean? Plug in your numbers, figure out what the problem is, clear your heart, clear your mind, and go after it, dude. 100%. You can't half-ass it, man. You can't worry about work. You can't worry about bills. And that's the biggest thing I hear in this gym too. Like, oh, I got bills, I got work, man. This is why I don't practice as much. This is like, dude. There was a time when I was broke in this dorm, dude. Like, I'm paying everybody's bills, taking care of my family. Like, I don't have enough for me. Like, I'm paying to be here. Like, and I gotta go to practice. And it's like, oh, you have it so easy. It's like, dude, it's not. It's never easy. But at the end of the day, you're gonna find a way to pay those bills. If you didn't have a job when you were on the streets, like, you found a way to eat. It's not like you're not gonna do it. So if you're gonna do it, you might as well do it, getting what you want, or going at it 100%, like you said, putting everything I got in it. So I know that I gave it all and I lost, and that's okay.
A lot of people are nervous about that journey. They're like, oh, I'm afraid I'm going to lose.
Yeah.
Sadly, the chances are, yeah, you might lose.
Or get put down again.
Yeah, exactly. And that's the thing is, I tell people, you might not make it to the top. Realistically, sadly, you might not make it to the top. I'd love to give a spiel that you're gonna always make it. Everyone in this fucking classroom is gonna make it. The only problem is, I'd be lying to you. But if you don't do anything, you're always gonna stay here. But sadly, time is gonna pass you up. So technically, you're moving down, so you're getting pushed back down. But if you try, you might not make it to the top. That'd be awesome.
Exactly.
But you might make it somewhere in between. And honestly, like, how old are you now?
31.
31. Time's passed by fast. I'm 27. Dude, I used to be the prodigy child beating up the 27-year-olds, and now I'm training the 18-year-olds. I'm like, damn, I'm technically the veteran, you know? So it's different. It's a culture shock for me. It's weird. But time passes fast. I get punched in the head a lot, so I forget. But one of the things is, guys, you can't be afraid of what he's saying too. Like, he's trained with some of the best. ATT is one of the best gyms in the world. You have to train with alphas, and you have to get beat up. There's no way this man would have gone 2 years to the UFC if he wasn't training with some animals. You need, like in the NFL, it's not like you're gonna play against some college team and out of nowhere go play against, you know, whatever NFL team and compete exactly the same. No, it's a whole different skill level. It's like competing with amateurs versus pros. If you want to get better, be against some of these guys.
I'll drop a story on you. Like,
oh, let's go.
Second chance story, man, just coming out, coming from high school. You ever seen the movie Blindside? Mm-hmm. Go check it out. It's a dope movie. My boy Michael Ward's in it.
Shout out.
That's my high school.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And then I went to college with him.
Huh.
But when I went to college, same thing. Like, I was killing it. Went to a bunch of different, played a bunch of different sports, championships. Ended up being like the 44th. I mean, it's the 44th defensive end in the state. It's not that bad, but I got a scholarship.
Yeah.
But I'm the number 6 defensive end on the roster. So it's like, I could get cut tomorrow. Like you said, like, the walk-on was in front of me.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was me, the walk-on, then the scholarship guys.
Damn, all right.
You know what I mean? And they told me that I couldn't do it, and like, I got beat down.
Yeah.
And it's like, I had to run straight, like Patrick Willis, all these big-time guys, and like, if you watch football, you know who these guys are. I had to run at their faces. I had to stay out there when they were conditioning. Like, I couldn't go hang out with the rookies and the freshmen that like got good scholarships that are just chilling. Like, hey, go in, rest rookies, chill. I mean, freshmen, chill out. It's like, I don't have a scholarship like that. I gotta go head on, give it all I got, dude. And I lost a lot of times, and people were like, man, just quit, dude. Like, chill out. Like, it'll be fine. Like, you'll get a job, you're in college. Yeah. You gotta stop listening to people too. I wanted to just add that, like, that quick story. Like, I ended up being like a 3-time All-American, dude. But I just kept going at it. Like, you can't. Like, the big part that everybody, a lot of people get. Oh yeah, go at it. Go with the big guy. Go with the tough job. Attack it. But like, nobody understands the fact that you're gonna get put down. Yeah. Just don't listen to everybody when they tell you don't go back, because those are the people that aren't doing anything either. What would somebody that you say? What would somebody that you look up to say? What would somebody that you look on TV say? They would probably say, "Get up and do it again." But we don't. When those situations, we don't listen to those people. We listen to people that we love that aren't doing what we want.
Yeah. And they're technically the most judgmental. They're going to be the ones that most mentally impacting your life. And sadly, whatever they say, like I was saying, a mother telling you, like, hey, you're probably not that good. It's like, thanks, Mom. I was hoping you'd be my biggest fan.
With love, I'll show you. With all due respect, watch this.
Yeah, and that's the thing. What city are you from?
It's Memphis, Tennessee.
Memphis, Tennessee. I'm assuming you faced some struggle growing up. I'm from
Tennessee.
Chicago, you know, so we don't. Like, we're from hoods, different hoods, but it's the fact of a lot of people don't make it out, which is, it sucks. But the thing is, the reason why people don't make it out, it's not because of education, like, yeah, that's part of it. Yeah, it might be because of money. But some of the most successful people in the world, if you look at fighting and boxing, Manny Pacquiao, Floyd Mayweather, and so many more with that, Muhammad Ali, grew up with nothing. But why they ended up being the most successful people in the world? Because they never gave up. They always pushed through. They said, screw it, I'm literally, like he was saying earlier, I'm literally going to do everything possible. If this angle's not working, cool, next try, I'm doing this angle. Cool, it doesn't work, next try, I'm doing this angle. And you just kept on going. You have your youth, or had your youth with you, you're going to go. And even now, still at 31, you're like, I'm pushing. And now I'm pushing for a possible UFC championship. You know, so it's the fact of, even myself, I'm in Brave, I'm pushing through. I might have a title fight next, you never know. So, but it's just the fact of.
I win a title fight with Super Knockout, be one of the most famous fighters on the planet.
I'm doing a Mazadal, just straight flying knee, 4 seconds. That's it, 4 seconds.
Talk show host coming freaking soon.
I'm trying my best. Ariel Wani, you better watch out. But this thing's about second chances, man, and you definitely, I think the biggest thing about it is having the best positive mindset of knowing what you need to do compared to at the moment thinking. Think overall outside the box. talk to people, but listen, brainstorm. Don't take it all in, but brainstorm. Write it down, do something, and have your goals in mind. Because if you don't write that stuff down, if you don't mentally prepare yourself, whatever's gonna come at you out of nowhere, it starts raining outside, you're not gonna want to go outside anymore. But you still gotta work. You know, so I always tell people, it's like, you gotta walk home, right? But it's gonna rain, it's gonna pour, it's gonna snow, you might trip, your feet are gonna get hurt, but it doesn't mean you still can't walk home.
Exactly.
So I appreciate it, guys. Thank you so much, man.
Pleasure,
Let me
brother.
know what you guys think in the comments below. Appreciate all the support. Follow him, everything. I'm assuming Greg Hardy.
Greg Hardy Jr.
There you go. Jose Shorty Torres, and this was another episode of Inside Team Shorty. Take care, guys.
So